John Wayne Glover is a sinister figure whose name echoes through the darkness of mystery and leaves a chilling remark on crime history. Glover's story unfolds into a few haunting incidents that have captivated the attention of thousands, making him one of the most enigmatic murderers. In 1989, Sydney police received a call from someone regarding the dead body of an elderly woman, Gwendolyn Mitchell Hill, who was beaten to death. It was no one but John Wayne Glover, an English-Australian national, who later gained notoriety as the Granny Killer, a name he attained because all of his victims were elderly women. Months later, the second confirmed murder was of Lady Ashton, 84, who was bashed with a hammer, and her head was repeatedly slammed on the floor. Following the second murder, a string of killings began across the state.
Elderly woman was murdered.
A while later, the Whitehead Killer took another life, and this time it was Olive Cleveland. Weeks later, Mulier Falconer was his next victim, who was partially blind and deaf, and was killed inside her home with the same strategy. According to police, all of the victims were aged between 62 and 90, and all were slaughtered with hammers and strangled with their pantyhose. The cruelty continued until one day one of Glover's close friends, Miss Sinclair, became his last victim, and her murder led the police to catch Glover. It all unfolded when someone reported about a gray-headed man who had visited a nursing home and molested an elderly woman. Police kept Glover in surveillance and were watching him outside Sinclair's home. They became suspicious when the pair did not leave the home and entered inside to see what no one was expecting, a badly tortured dead body, bathed in blood. After the court trials, Glover was convicted of 6 murders and was sentenced to life imprisonment. He was also accused of molesting and assaulting several other elderly women. Police also acquitted Glover of other murders committed before 1989, as they all were killed in a similar way, which Glover never accepted that he had committed. It was assumed that Glover had disturbed relationships with elderly women in his personal life, including his mother and mother-in-law, who out of frustration and revenge started killing the old-age females. Glover was also examined by psychiatrists who declared him sane but ruled out that he had a severe personality disorder and strong aggression toward elderly women since his childhood. In 2005, a chilling twist in the Granny Killer's case happened when he took his own life while serving his sentence in jail. Before the suicide, he handed over a sketch of a park, which had 2 trees with a figure 9 among leaves and branches. It was deduced that the number either shows the number of murders he had committed or the one he was not convicted of. However, he was never seen feeling remorse for his deeds, rather always felt sorry for his condition. The aftermath of John Wayne Glover's reign of terror left a lingering sense of fear and unease in the community, especially among the elderly population. Families became more vigilant, nursing homes increased security measures, and authorities intensified efforts to protect vulnerable individuals. Despite Glover's demise, the scars he inflicted on the collective psyche of society remained, serving as a grim reminder of the potential for evil that lurks in the shadows. In the years following Glover's death, researchers and psychologists delved into his case, attempting to unravel the complexities of his psyche and understand the motivations behind his heinous crimes. His actions raised questions about the nature of evil, the influence of upbringing and environment on criminal behavior, and the inadequacies of mental health interventions in preventing such tragedies. The legacy of the Granny Killer continued to fuel debates surrounding criminal justice, mental health care, and societal responsibilities in identifying and addressing individuals at risk of perpetrating violence. As communities grappled with the aftermath of Glover's atrocities, his name became synonymous with not only the horrors he inflicted but also with the unresolved questions surrounding his motivations and the broader implications for society.